Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Great. Thank you. Uh, we'll just start in a minute, just to present my screen and then we'll start. Mm, 1 minute, please. You guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Speed up.
Yeah. So we'll start now. Before I start, I'll just check this message. Okay, that's good. My name is Ram. I have, let's say, almost 13 years of experience in IT industry. Been working as a trainer from last 5 years. I can teach uh, and have a practical knowledge on Microsoft tools, as in Sccm, Sccm, Intune, a few other stuff as well. So most of the things I'm working on and I have experience in teaching is system center tools, especially SCSM, SCOM, SCCM, Scotch. That are my majors. 1 minute, please. Some more people are waiting. Yeah, so that's about myself. And coming to this particular course, excuse me. So I don't know why this move to screen to, yeah. Just a request from my end, like if you guys are not talking or doesn't have any question, go on mute and please make this as effective training or demo. So I have a bit of a bad throat, so bear with me. I'll try my best to deliver this. Okay, so coming to course content, what we are going to do about it is, so we are going to talk about Microsoft Intune. Let me do this. Actually, I'll show you the course content and then we'll go for the demo part. So we'll be covering what is Intune and how you what is the plans and how licensing and everything, how it works and everything, and we'll coming to so this will include practical lab. So I'll be showing a lab to you. You have your own, you have to buy your subscription. I mean, there's a free subscription for 180 days. So you can get your subscription. You can do all the whatever the lab we are doing or theoretical part we are discussing. You can also do that. So it's completely web based or internet based uh, tool or future, whatever you want to call it as Intune. So yeah, so we'll create groups, users, and what is the difference between a physical device or BOYD device, a COYD device, company owned device. So how many different portals we have to access internet, sorry, Microsoft Intune, and how to go there. It's now only one, but it was different portals, and how you will assign users a license assignment and everything. So this the total 6 modules, so which we'll be covering as part of, sorry, 7 modules including autopilot. Autopilot doesn't cover in Intune, but I'm delivering this course itself. So total 7 modules. So module 1 about like what is Intune, what is a personal device, what is a company owned device, what is the difference between how you differentiate the devices, how to assign a license to different users, different groups and everything. And then coming to second module, compliance policies, how to maintain devices, different, how to allow or reject the different number of devices into your portals or into your Intune, how into your management of devices. Excuse me. So next, configuration, configuring Android device into Intune, how to manage, how to onboard Android, Apple, Windows, different type of devices into Intune, how to manage them, what are different policies can apply to those devices to manage those devices. So those settings, and module 4 is completely MAM and the software updates. So MAM is like application deployment through Intune, how you can do different type of applications and deploy or install in different devices as in different environment. So environment as in Mac OS, Windows OS, iOS, Android, and then, and this is enrolling devices, module 5. So basically module 3 and module 5 will be covered as a combined thing, and then module 4 will be after module 5. So that it will be easy once you have device enrolled, and you can deploy, you can push or deploy applications, all those things. That's module 5. And module 6 is reporting and monitoring, how can we troubleshoot. That includes troubleshooting as well. So how can you troubleshoot some different users have different problems, different enrollment issues, different application deployment issues, how to check, where to check, how to pull a report, like how many reports are successfully how many devices are successfully installed, deployed application, all those things you can do it. That can be covered in this. And seventh one is autopilot, which is Windows operating system installation. Yeah, so Windows operating system installation through Intune or through autopilot, whatever you want to call. So it's a separate tool as well. Without Intune also you can do autopilot. You need Azure license and everything, but you can do it. Autopilot is installing operating system or customizing, the better way to say it is customizing an existing operating system or company provided operating system, as in it's not company, the vendor provided operating system according to your own company, to use it and with effective of your securities, your logins and everything. That comes under autopilot. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, so this is purely Microsoft Intune training. So we won't be covering. Can someone go on mute, please? Okay, thank you, thank you. So this is as sorry, I was saying, like, this is a completely Microsoft Intune. There is no co-management. There is no SCM part involved in this. I know a lot of people might have thinking like SCM and Intune are same tools, or let's say Intune is a cloud version of SCM. So there are so we are not. I'll make sure what the difference between SCM and Intune going forward. I'll tell you, but we are not covering any of those. Okay, that's completely separate syllabus, separate section, separate training. SCM or co-management, and I'm sorry guys. So this is purely Intune. So Intune as in, still people are coming. Yeah. So what is Microsoft Intune? Microsoft Intune was a Windows Intune in a year like 2008 or 2008 end of 2008. Guys, please don't talk if you don't have anything. Thank you. 2008 end of 2008 year, end of the year 2008, the Microsoft introduced a Windows Intune. Okay, the Windows they named it Windows Intune to manage Windows 8 and 8 point operating system through a cloud technology or through internet. That is the main intention when Microsoft planned this application or this tool or this functionality, whatever you want to call it as. So that's where it comes as Windows Intune. So I don't know how many of you remember, after Windows 7, Windows 8 and 8.1 released. So there were mobiles also which was using Windows 8 and 8.1 operating systems, Nokia mobiles especially. So to manage those mobile device applications, my Windows Intune was introduced. That's a initial release of Intune. And then they developed it as So till 2000, if I'm not wrong, 15, 16, not 15, 16, 18 plus, 2018 or 19, they changed to Microsoft Intune. So MDM solution, mobile device management solution, or cloud-based solution, or Microsoft Intune. That's how it transferred from Windows Intune to Microsoft Intune. So the main source for this is to access this application or this function on the Azure. Who's talking? Okay, so that's how the journey started, and that's how it became a Microsoft Intune. Okay, what it does. So as I said, initially the intention to manage mobile devices. Again, those are specifically Windows operating system, Windows 8 and 8.1 to be exact. So that's a initial intention of Microsoft Intune. Now, what it can do? It can do mobile device management and mobile application management. These are two independent features of Intune. When I say independent features of Intune, so mobile device management, you can use it as a separate entity to manage. So and mobile application management without device management. So Intune comes up with MDM plus MAM. Okay, so let's say you don't want to use MAM, you want to use MDM, no problem. Let's say you don't want MDM. Let's say you have another MDM solution, as in Workspace ONE. If you take, AirWatch. I don't know how many of you are aware of. AirWatch is also called as Workspace ONE, which is a VMware mobile device management solution. M360 is a IBM mobile device management solution. So let's say you have a different mobile device management solution, and you want to configure, or you want to use this MAM, Intune, Microsoft mobile application management tool on top of your third party or different MDM solution, you can still use it. No issues with that. And there is no MAM solutions with any of the uh, vendors, or any of different companies doesn't have this specific MAM solutions. Only Microsoft have this. This is a divide and divide feature. So what is MDM? MDM is a name stands device management. So what kind of device it can manage? It can manage a mobile device, a laptop, desktop, whatever, your Surface, your iPhone, your, so that these are devices, mobiles, surfaces, LED TVs, whatever the soft based TVs which can be managed. And so these are the devices. So what it can manage in the device, it can manage the different type of operating system, in different provider operating system. So one is Microsoft, which is for Windows devices, all Windows operating system, Windows 10, Windows 11, both of them. And mobile operating system, we have different mobile operating system, right? So Android, iOS, and for the desktop solutions, laptop solution, Mac also. So now Microsoft introduced Linux also can be managed with Microsoft Intune. There is no major development into it, like it's not as successful, just released like not even a month. Microsoft announced that in October 17 or something. I don't remember the date, but it's mid of October. They said like we are going to manage Linux. Yeah, when that Ignite happened, this there's a 1 minute, guys. Sorry. So there is a kind of a webinar, Microsoft webinar happened, which is MS Ignite. So there they announced like we are going to support a Linux operating system device as well. So what are the Linux flavors? Not yet. I even Microsoft may said it in their documentation. I don't know as of now. Okay, but that was there. So that's announcement from Microsoft. That's a big plus for Microsoft Intune, because none of the third party are a different, none of the competitors who manage this MDM solution doesn't have this capability. So Microsoft only saying like we are going to manage Linux devices as well. So yeah, that is also. So what it can manage: Windows, Android, iOS, Mac, and Linux from now onwards. So again, as I said, like mobile phones, tablets, and laptops. So everything can be managed with a device man. Okay, what in that you'll manage? You said you'll be manage operating system, you'll be managing devices and everything. What it will manage? So you can manage to yeah. So you can manage how a device should be, what how like what operating system you can allow. When let's say you have a minimum operating system, so let's say you're running with iOS, if you're using iOS below 10 operating system, that's 10.0. If you're doing 8.0, you cannot allow that device into your company network, or you can define it. It could be 8, it could be 10, it could be 12, whatever operating system you want to manage. So those controls you can, and you can say like employee, the device, whatever I'm trying to have, or whichever I want to manage, or I want to admit to my company, should have. Man, Ramu. Okay, sorry. So what level of security level it has to be, as in uh, does it have a 4-level pin, 5-level pin, does it have encryption, does it have antivirus software? So how you want it, so those things. So once you can say like these are things are mandatory to come this device and report into my company network. These are things are mandate. So you can mandate those things in your password, your antivirus, your operating system level, your patch level, whatever. So you can control all those things. And so if it is a mobile, if it's a mobile device, those are the things majorly. And if it's a Windows operating system, you can control a lot of things like patches, operating systems, again security, antivirus, application deployment, patch deployment. So all those things can be managed with Intune. There are limitations for some of the functions, but pretty much I don't know how many of you aware of this SCM. It can match SCM. It can deliver whatever SCM can deliver, not the extension of SCM. SCM is like a very mature tool. Intune is going to be a mature tool. That's a difference. Okay. So as I said, so how you can control devices like to coming to my network, like it has to have this level of operating system, this level of patches, this level of password and everything, so by using some conditional access profiles and everything. Why this is join actually? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So we can create some specific policies. We have different policies like configuration policy, compliance policy, so security policy. So whatever required according to your requirement, we can configure those and allow or restrict the devices into your environment. So Intune helps make sure your organization data stays protected, and it can isolate the organized data from your personal data. As in, when you want to manage your personal mobile from your company, say you are working for a company and you want to access your company emails. So that can so whatever, you have an Outlook application example, uh, which is you have your own email configured there and also your company email configured there. So basically what does Intune do is it will separate the security levels or restrictions to your company email box and your personal email box. Let's say your company might have some restrictions where your own personal email doesn't have any restriction, because it's your mobile, you have an application, you have full rights on your application. But when you configure on the same application, when you configure another email box, which is your company email box, your company defined restrictions will be there. Let's say your company may say like, my client, the device owner should not copy paste any content from his mobile devices into any other device. Let's say he can't access without a pin, or he can't download attachment, he can't read an attachment. So the different type of security levels your company can uh, your company can define using Intune. So that's 4 o'clock means 4 o'clock, man. It's too late. Okay, sorry. So, and what type of licensing available, or how can you purchase Intune? As I said, by default, if you buy O365, if you want to just go with O365 license, you have 180 days free, and then from there, then onwards, you can buy your Intune.
लोग पढ़ते हैं, पढ़ लिख के क्या करिएगा? पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे खराब। चलो।
Okay, so you have EMS suite, which is enterprise mobility and security, purely for Intune licensing, and your Intune integrates with your Active Directory. And if you want to buy an Azure license separate and Intune license separate, also you can do it. So those are different licensing models available. It was multiple choices. Like we had like 4 different type of licensing available previously, but now they're trying to limit this to EMS and O365 only. So that's what it is. So sorry. So with Intune, you can it's, as I said, it's a complete 100% cloud-based solution. So you can, if you have a Sccm in your environment and you want to do some devices manage with Intune, and as in cloud, and some devices with on-premises as in Sccm, and you can do something called co-management. Few people who know Sccm might heard about this co-management with Sccm, which is configuration manager. You can combine these two technologies or two tools, and you can manage your devices. Let's say I have some infrastructure, 50% infrastructure I have in cloud, and 50% infrastructure I have in on premises. So I need a solution which can work with cloud as well as on premises. So those cases you can go with co-management, which will be better option. So I will, after that, let's say if your future plan is to move to cloud, Intune can be Intune can replace in your organization. If your requirement suits, Intune can replace your configuration manager, but I'm not talking about the tool can replace. I'm talking about your requirement. If your requirement is for a cloud solution, it can replace. Okay, somebody. Okay, you can set and configure settings on your personal devices as well as and your personal devices and organization devices. 1 minute, guys. These guys keep coming. Okay, so you can deploy applications, as I said, a different type of applications. They're like you can deploy .exe, .msix. You can deploy if you have a PowerShell script, you can deploy PowerShell script based applications. I mean, and if you want to you have custom application, let's say if there is an environment where Sccm is there and you have packages which your packager will create these applications, this application packages we call it as. So those packages also can convert you can convert those applications and deploy from Intune. So there is a limitation in terms of how large application can be deployed from Intune. The limitation is 8 GB as of now. Microsoft working on that. I'm not sure like when the restriction can be removed. Okay. Yeah, this is
Hi Ram, I have one question here. Can I ask?
I'll just give me like a with finish it and then you can ask.
Okay.
Maybe 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay. Then I'll open it for question answers. So this is SCCM. I mean, again, most people think like, what is the difference between Intune and SCCM? Is it a next version of SCCM or a cloud version of SCCM? No, these are two different tools to serve a similar purpose, to manage your devices, to install applications, to install patches, to install operating system. So these two tools are having a capability, but they are not the X and X plus one versions. Okay, are on-premise and cloud versions. No, there are two different tools. You may, these both are from Microsoft developed tools. You may say like, why SCCM, why Intune? So as of now, so why they have two solutions for the same purpose? Yeah, considering the as I said, they started for Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 operating system via mobile, for a mobile device management, and they end up here. So that's how it is. But there is no similar, there is no, let's say like Intune is going, Intune is replacing SCCM. No, nothing. Or Intune is picking up. I'm sure about it. A lot of people migrating. A lot of people migrating from in SCCM to Intune, for sure. You can see the trend here, 2019, 2010. So the major push for Intune came because of COVID, because of people started working from home, and you need a solution which works better in terms of internet managed devices. That's where Intune picked up. But before that, Intune was like just another tool which is few people knows, only SCCM administrator might know about it, and that's all. But after COVID, when people started working from home, the internet-based solutions have picked up, and that's where Intune, people started using it. Yeah, that you can see the trend. It's pretty much easily understandable. Yeah, that's all. I'll stop it here, and I'll open it for questions. But before I yeah, okay, thank you. Before I open it for questions, I want to just say one particular, it's kind of a request. Don't ask the questions which are related to like how these codes will be, how can you teach, and like you know things, I don't know things, you can ask me, but don't ask me the problems which you have in your environment, and don't ask me solution to it, okay? It's not like I don't know, I may know some of the answers, but I don't want to this session is not for the people who just like looking for an answer. They have a problem, they're looking for an answer, and they just go. This is to teach you a technology and make you an Intune administrator. That's the main purpose of this demo. So it's not like you have a problem, you come and you ask, you go. That's not what we wanted to do it. Okay, so with that, thank you for your patience. I'll open it for questions. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, Ram. So I have a question. When you discussed about the Intune has a limitation for 8 GB file to upload for maximum.
Hold on. Who is talking? Bonesh here. Hey guys, if you don't have a question, if you're not talking, please go on mute. Okay, go on. Who's talking?
So hi Ram, this is Upendra. So I have a question. You mentioned about like we have a limitation for 8 GB application which we can push us to the Windows managed devices, right?
That's correct.
My question here, what are the limitation for other platform where Android and iOS Mac device comes in?
Okay, I don't think, before answering your question directly, I don't think there is an application which is 8 gigs, more than 8 gigs. There is no limitation, to be honest. From Microsoft documentation, there is nothing such like for mobile devices.
May I answer that question? I know the answer.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So as per the Microsoft docs, on trial license, if you buy a trial Intune license, the limit is 4 GB. If you like you have a paid subscription, you have a limit of 8 GB. And if you have an application which is above 8 GB, you need to open a ticket with a professional ticket with the Intune break fix team. They have some internal process of extending that that limit to 32 GB, though it's a backend process, so it's not available for all. But yeah, this can be done. It can be extended to up to 32 GB.
Okay, so yeah, so that is your answer, but I just want to say to add to something, like I don't that's for Windows or whatever he said, like that's Windows and excuse me. So more than that, there is no such application in your mobile application, I mean to say, not as a Windows application, as more than 8 GB or more than let's say I don't see an application more than 5 GB. I'm not sure about the gaming apps, but yeah, I don't see an application more than 8 GB. But that's a limitation, which is Microsoft saying. So when it's for the 32 GB applications, also what Microsoft does is, let's say you have to send your application to them, they will divide into 8, whatever the size of your application. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So they will attach in backend and give it to you. So it will work like that. It doesn't have directly work. They don't give you I've tried it once. They don't give you, let's say if you have 16 gig application, they don't give you a single application in 16 gig. They'll give you 2 parts of it, 8 plus 8. That's how they will divide it.
Ram, actually my question, see, I know this answer, whatever you and somebody answer. See, I am not talking about Windows. Windows things is familiar. Document is opened for everybody. Everybody has read it, that document. It is not new. My question is related to other platform where it is Android and iOS comes, where is
That's what
Google is involved.
there is no limitation mentioned in Microsoft documentation. That's what I'm saying. There is no mention of like mobile device application has to be this much.
Let me try answering that question as well. So let's talk about Android. When you upload an application APK on Android for Android platform, it is basically getting saved on Google Workspace. So it's not a limitation from Intune. It is for all MDMs, be it AirWatch, Mobile Iron, or any MDM. It is global for all MDMs. It's a limitation from Google Workspace. When you upload the application, earlier it was 100 MB. Now I think it's been increased to maybe 150 or 200. It's mentioned on the Microsoft Docs. And similarly, it is for Apple platform also. So if you have any application, the limitation is from the Apple side, not from the Intune side.
From Microsoft, there is no limitation. That's for sure, 100%. It cannot be limited because it's completely depending on the vendor who provides this application. That's how do you deploy an application to let's say Android devices? From where what is your source of Android application? Your source is your Google Play Store. So if the application is available in Play Store, you can deploy, no problem. Okay, any other questions?
Hi Ram, this is Ravi.
Hey, Ravi.
Can you let me know if someone is using Office 365 with E3 licensing, and now he's moving on some other license from Microsoft, P1, P2 or something. So is it possible?
P1, P2 is for Azure AD. Okay, let me clarify you that. Like, I don't know what's your question, but yeah, I'll let you complete it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So premium P2 is also equivalent to that P3, right? They are also managing the.
Go on. What is your question?
They also have some managing capabilities, device management capabilities, right?
Okay.
So if I'm going to change the license, what all the scenario in that case?
See, you are talking about 2 different type of licensing, 2 different models of license actually. So P1, P2, if I'm not wrong, that's for only Azure Active Directory. and E3 is like your O365 applications with a limiting functionalities. So if you're changing, I don't know what you want to change it, but if you're changing from E3 to B2, I don't think that that's acceptable change by Microsoft, because that is
Yes.
complete suite license.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
E3 is complete suite license. E3 as the O365 application, mobile device management, and your what is it? Your security
Yeah,
defender
got it,
license.
got
It comes.
Yeah.
So P1, P2 is your Azure Active Directory. Like you can add device into your domain. Let's say Azure joined or hybrid join. Those kind of functionalities, P2, P1 will work.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you can't come down or you can't upgrade from E to E through. Who's talking?
E3 to
Boss, if you
E5
don't
is
have
possible,
any.
right?
Yeah, that's correct.
E3 to E5 is possible, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. E5 to E3 also possible, but the same area it can be possible. You can't go from O365 to Azure.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. This person is not talking. Sorry, guys. Okay. Any other questions, please? No questions? Okay.
Hello, Ram.
Yes, please.
Ram, I want to know that. So the Intune is support for all Android OS, or is support any particular Android OS?
8.0 and above.
Okay, so when coming to Android models, so is there support all models? Because somewhere I read about like Vivo.
You're talking about mobile models or Android model? What do you mean by Android models?
Mobile models.
Okay.
So in some I read about like a model like Vivo is not supported for Intune.
No. Vivo supported. I'm using Vivo. My mobile is completely managed by my company.
Okay.
And
So
my
okay. I just want to know in what criteria it denotes is not supported for Intune. Whether some devices.
see, there is a list of devices, a list of device models which are supported by in my Microsoft documentation. That list is too big actually. I don't know what is exempted or what is permitted, but 80 to 90% of devices, no, it's more than 95% of devices are permitted. Very few devices. I don't know the classification, to be honest, Madan. Like I don't have it in my head right now, but there is a documentation available from Microsoft. Like, okay, these are exempted, these are permitted. I'm sure about for the permission, but exempted I didn't see anywhere.
Okay, because I am seeing some when enrolling the devices via company portal application, so some models is not supported. So that I ask.
Any idea which model you're talking about?
For me, I have an issue with the same model what we're talking about.
No, I'm talking Vivo S21. That's my mobile. I don't have any problem with that. Okay. I've tested it in my lab. I have tested it for my company. Yeah, I've done multiple testings on my mobile. It's working fine. No problem.
Okay, Ram, that's it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Sure. Any other questions, guys? Okay, if you don't have any questions, thank you so much for joining. I'll leave you there.